Okay, guys, let's get back to it. None of these black and white ones got any views at all. Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting in like this town is pathetic and scientists in this town are pathetic and that kind of interesting. It's not really that interesting. Okay, it's just like I'm. It's just hard to verbalize. Being stuck in clinical insanity dysfunction and it's still happening is like, oh yeah, I guess I have to do this to stand up for the Lord's Prayer and they have world peace and okay, Judah Krishnamurti. It's in black and white, whatchamacallit, Sydney, Australia, 1936, present civilization, it cannot last. It has no intrinsic value, right? So you'd be sitting there like, these people be they're crazy. But you don't let that bother you psychologically. Physiologically, it's going to have effects on you because we're not breathing as well as we should because we're still engaged in extortion, irrational, competitive, excessive, compulsive activities. Okay. But, emotionally, try not to let it bother. It's hard. I understand. Okay. Because when you're physiologically being abused and there's chemicals in the environment, you're in a survival mode, then that's going to have effects on you emotionally, mentally. And as far as, spiritually, you just have to be cognizant and intelligent enough to accept the truth that life is eternal and grace is infinite, and that the soul is the essence of infinite glory that provides life to a physical body that's not, Jesus, you crying over this clay? Okay, so if you're intelligent enough to comprehend and understand that without trying to say, I got to sell books to pay my bills, I got to say baba, right? Oh, go play ping pong, right? So you're just like, do you see what I'm saying? I was the other day when I was shooting hoops out there, people were talking to me in my head, a lot of the kids and the kids of the basketball team and the university and stuff, because I was thinking about Marley Marr Garner, the GOAT of New Mexico State University basketball. Because she got a scholarship. She was one of the best players here in the state. She got a scholarship to play at NMSU, and she had to take the rap for one of her parents, it probably was her mom, selling drugs. And she had to go to jail and lost her scholarship and everything to protect her sister. Okay. And her sister went to New Mexico State and stayed in school and got her degree. But Marley couldn't do that. Marley had to take one for the team to protect the family for mom and dad's choices. And Marley didn't have a choice. Mom and dad made the choices for her. And she's one of the most brave, beautiful. When we talk, I tell her, you remind me of my sons trying to stand up and protect me. And if you were my child, I'd be very proud of you. I always tell Marley that when I meet Marley Marr Gardner around here. I really have a strong affection. There's a bond of strong affection and appreciation for Marley Gardner. Marley Marr is what I call her. Marlena. Her name is Marlena Gar, but I call her Marley Marr. But she is the GOAT of New Mexico State University basketball. Okay. Because King David and Jesus are better than people that won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer and say, okay, I believe you. And you see what I'm saying? So that's why Marley's my in slang terms, that's my dog, right? That's my dog. So I love, you love everybody, but you appreciate some kids more than others, right? And so we were sitting there talking about Forrest Gump and Jenny. And we're saying, Forrest Gump has less mental and emotional damage than Jenny does. Forrest gets put into fucked up situations by fucked up people. Like football coaches and military recruiters, because he has talents. Okay. Jenny goes to get away from her dad, who has mental and emotional problems, obviously, and then she can't get away from him. She goes to clubs. She wants to be a famous singer. She does drugs. She tries to walk off the building. And if Forrest wasn't there to save her and continue life through their son, she'd be completely lost, right? Have you ever watched the movie? It's art imitating life. It's one of Natalie's favorite movies. I got to get Baba. or shrimp gumbo, shrimp, and when he does his impersonation of Carl from Sling Blade, or was Forrest Gump before Sling Blade? I don't know, I like them French fried taters, all those people that use people's abuse and disabilities to appear to be a genius actor deserves an Academy Award. Okay. Jenny, I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, right? Y'all don't know what forgive and take, because you just get something, read the books is. It says I forgive. You know. And why hasn't Kip Thorne? Why hasn't Michio Kaku? You know, why haven't? Okay. The closest we got was old, what's his face? The one that Rockefeller didn't like. John Lennon. He goes, you know what it is? It's those religious people. It's what it's all about. You know, but it's like, okay, explain the physics of the linguistics of the words and the ones that they always recite all the time. Okay, you know, and you're like, what the fuck? I mean, seriously? It's frustrating, right? But don't let it bother you guys too much. Just stay alive. We'll find you. All right, Glenad time. No matter where you go. I like Glenad. I'm not making fun of Glenad. I like Glenad. Glenad is one of my favorite music. Because Moya Brennan's voice is just wonderful. Inya's is nice, but Moya's is real haunting. And I really, Oru is one of my, yeah, that's a good one. It's one of my favorites. I don't know if there is Irish, especially my dad's side. The Irish in me comes out when I hear Moya sing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's my favorite. Oh yeah. Oh, because she doesn't sing limericks like the Irish Rovers and the Clancy brothers, you know, green alligators and long necks. And Ray Price, it doesn't sound real Gaelic, you know, but Glenad and Moya Brennan, I like Inya too. Inya's good. Don't be knock Inya. Inya's good, right? Everybody like Inya, not everybody. Yeah, more people like Inya than they do Moya, you know. But Moya, she's my favorite. I mean, that woman's voice is so haunting and so beautiful, you know. And you know, my green isle, and you know, Into the Mystic and Moon Dance, and she give me love. The Irish in me comes out when I listen to Moya Brennan sing in Gaelic. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's good. Anybody else? And it's the same since 19-something. In your head. My father, he liked me. I like her a lot too, but Moya's she's my favorite. Don't listen to it too much. You know, that makes me cry. I don't like to cry there too much. So, you know, I've got things to do when you got to go around head slicing, taking a, you know, you don't want to be too emotional. You won't be sad. You just got to go. I got work to do. I ain't got time to talk about this shit. Okay, it's like shit. It's not shit. It just makes me feel like shit and get tired and I get all emotional and I can't focus on what I need to do. And so I focus, you know, and then you get a lot of people, you know, how do you know that you're talking to Sun Yat-sen? How do you know it's not a program? Because Sun Yat-sen has to exist for even them to use a program, and it's way more intelligent than they are, so it's not a program. Have you watched the Donald Trump inauguration stuff on TV? Okay, what comes out of my mouth that's that stupid at what they're talking about on Fox News right now? Okay, then I'm talking to Sun Yat-sen. I'm talking to DC Suzuki. Right? Okay. Do you understand? There's 0 views, okay, no trending, no like, no shares, no money, no paid promotions, okay? I'm talking to Sun Yat-sen, I'm talking to DC Suzuki, I'm talking to Haile Selassie, I'm talking to Steve Biko and Bob Marley were the ones that I was going to write a book about it. And a lot of people understand this. Apparently, the voices in my head that are Jennifer Lopez, she knows about the thing with Patrick and Reeds and Chocolate and his speech impediment. She knows the stuff about, she pays attention. Okay. If this is real. That part I can't, I think so though. I think I really am having communications in some way, shape, or form with Jennifer Lopez. Because she's so goofy, she reminds me of my ex-wife. Don't say that in front of people. It's baby, okay. It's like, you ain't get mad at me, ain't you? I don't have to worry about it. I've got a faithful sexual partner. It's like, look, I just want the children to live the Lord's Prayer because we all need it. Okay. In the meantime, we're all getting what we deserve. I know, and it sucks. But so you understand it's choices. When you choose the right, you don't give wrong to your children. It's basically Blaise Pascal. Don't listen to corporations. They don't know what they're talking about. Corporations will murder people to maintain their status and status quo. Okay, Blaise Pascal wouldn't do that. The Vatican poisoned Blaise Pascal. Blaise Pascal didn't poison the Pope. Okay, Jesus was crucified by the Romans, and then they wrote a book about him and said, "This is the story of our man God." And so, do you understand? So you guys got to. It's real easy to cut through the crap. Yeah, it's not hard, and that's what's so beautiful about the intelligence that flows out of this mouth through this body. Is it's much more easy to understand than the people that do cameos on The Big Bang Theory, or the people that do the big think stuff and the think things and they say on YouTube. All right, it's like, can't you just talk like a fucking human being so people at a trailer park can get the fuck out of the trailer park and live in a house where they don't have to pay extortion and endure and then try to get into exploitation of doing real estate? We're going to sell you tanning cream. Lots and lots of tanning cream. Oh, it's better to be shallow and superficial. What you have a less stressful environment and a healthier environment, your hair grows better. It's then decay comes out and it comes out more and more natural manner. Yeah, so if you want to keep your hair, stop engaging in stressful and toxic activities. Think, speak, and live Lord prayer. Then you not have to buy shit you put in your body that cause rectal bleeding and have Bernadette's character get a yacht with a helicopter landing pad so Kobe Bryant can come and say he's the greatest of all time. Right? And kill his own daughter playing economic warfare instead of standing up for Lord's prayer. You guys will kill your own children fighting over money, rather than recognize the living Messiah in New Mexico to save your families from genocide. You're worse than the people that get avalanched on during the Planet of the Apes with the girl that can't talk near Flagstaff or wherever it is. There's a lot of assholes in close proximity to me. And it's a disease that if you're not faithful and you don't believe in the Lord, don't have faith in God, you can catch it by just simply picking up a device and listening to them and taking what they tell you based off fantasy and fallacy and money and manipulation and not understanding the perfection of the Lord's Prayer and see it as that's the way of love, the way of love. I'm not making fun of Cher. That's my favorite Fair Share song. Everybody knows that. Everybody who listens knows that. Okay. I love you. We'll talk later. I'm going to go probably throw some hoops up. And then, because it's kind of nice outside right now, it's about 45, so it's not real too cold. So I'm probably throw some hoops up in the rec hall, and we'll talk some more. I know these load faster, and I just wait longer in between because I'm just, I'm Madeline Kahn on Blazing Saddles. I'm tired. I face it. Everything below the waist is kaput. It feels like that a lot of the time. Well, depression, abuse, still living in a toxic environment when it's obviously wrong. It's hard. It should be hard for anybody who's intelligent and loves children and wants families to live beautiful lives. Yahweh. Okay, guys. Talk to you later.